Peace, kids and queens, guys and goddesses. So I'm actually really excited about today's topic. In honor of Day Clone Tyrone, we are going to get into it because we need to bring awareness to it. Please be mindful that they could only put so much information in the movie. They did an amazing job visually representing programming, though. Like, I literally have to give it to them because wow, 100 out of 10. I promise. I was so excited watching that movie. You have no idea. But they couldn't go into detail about a lot of things, so we gonna talk about it. Y'all remember when we discussed allowing others to influence your decision making? Hopefully y'all do. This is what we're about to talk about again. This is a very easy thing to succumb to. So easy that most of the time we don't even realize that we're doing it. We are often blinded by like surface level things that makes us believe that we are confident or our self-esteem is higher than it actually is. Just enough to feed our pride and our ego. You know. As someone who was once there, I really do get it. I get it. I can relate to it, and I can see it constantly happening around me. So what we're going to do, we're just going to jump into some examples of this, just to provide some clarity, because we are programmed to an extreme extent. Since I've previously touched on this in another video, a continued example of this would be, if my friend doesn't like someone, I don't like them either. This is the wildest thing in the world to me. Super wild to me. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. You can actually feel negatively towards another soul because your friend doesn't like them. This is literally like saying this person makes the decision on people I like or I don't like. And, you know, if you don't feel as if this is what is happening, please explain it to me. Explain it to me if you don't agree. I want to know. You don't like such and such because such and such doesn't like them. Is that very mature? And I'm not judging. I'm actually very curious. Like, I want to know. Furthermore, let me explain something to y'all about negative energy. It feeds off of negative energy. This whole little setup is giving negative vibes to me, low vibrational to me. So this person who has never done anything to you causes you to feel a negative emotion towards them, possibly causing them to feel a negative emotion towards you, all because your friend doesn't like them. I don't know if y'all really picking up what I'm laying down, but how can you confidently say something like this is like this and claim to make decisions for yourself? You didn't make this decision for yourself. You allowed another person to influence your decision for you. This is really giving your power to someone who has done nothing to you. You might not even know them. And you're giving your power to your quote-unquote friend. These are things that we really need to think about, because we are easily subjective to this way of thinking because we are programmed to put ourselves last. It is often not viewed from this light, but this is really what be going on. Way too often I hear or I see statements like, I'll give a motherfucker the shirt off my back. I'll get someone my last, or people can always call me for anything being stated. But then statements like, but wouldn't nobody do it for me? All I got is myself. Ain't nobody looking out for me. I can't depend on anyone. Or I gotta do it myself. Follows. These things are often described as being loyal, which is a strong feeling of support or allegiance. Often we don't acknowledge the feeling that comes with this, but we shouldn't. For XYZ reasons, this is just how it is, right? Even if you feel away, this is just what's going on, right? This is how life is, right? Conditioning us to believe we are supposed to put ourselves last. As are there other examples, though. You ever acknowledge the feelings that come with feeling guilt-tripped into doing something that you don't want to do? Not even just the guilt. The sadness, the anger, the irritation, because this is not what you want to do. Shall we acknowledge that the programming for all of this started when we were children? As children, we often hear things like, it's not about what you want. After repeatedly hearing this and being treated as such, this subconsciously becomes, what I want doesn't matter. This was exhibited all around us, in school, at home, and when we were old enough, even at work. We have to do what we were told to do before we can do what we like. Or we have to satisfy the wants and needs of others before we can satisfy ourselves. From there, inevitably, we carry this on into adulthood. There's unfortunately no way around it. This is why it's called programming. Please be mindful that these are really just subtle examples. This affects our life tremendously, and it's often not acknowledged. This is often why we stay in situations that causes us anguish for so long. This could be anything from jobs to relationships, not even just romantic ones. Please know that I'm not insinuating that you should not want to be loyal, but acknowledge the loyalty to yourself. Acknowledge the love you owe yourself, the support you owe yourself, the happiness you owe yourself. The loyalty that you really owe back. All of it really matters. It does. And it actually makes a really big difference. Setting this type of tone as far as how people should be able to treat you is not the best tone. And inevitably, it causes more harm than good. Acknowledging it is a really hard truth. And that's really okay, because even though it's a hard truth, If we don't acknowledge it, we can't change it. As do we have to acknowledge we are not as confident as we think we are. And that is okay too. It's okay. The things that we believe make us confident are mostly surface level. I know I look good. I know I can have any man or woman I want. I have money. I know more than such and such, or all of them. And other things. Just surface level shit that is often misconstrued as confidence. There's a fine line between confidence and arrogance. And many of us are simply arrogant. And let's not forget prideful. I genuinely don't blame people, because just like the movie is exhibiting, we really are heavily programmed. This is fucking real. This is really what's going on. And these are some examples of that. More specifically, us putting ourselves last, but we are programmed. Which is why we must reprogram ourselves. This is so important on so many different levels. The only way to become better is to do better. To do better, we have to change a lot about what we have previously been programmed to do, taught, all of that. We got to change it. We got to change our way of thinking. We got to change our way of moving. We got to change everything. We got to change everything. And the sooner we accept that, I think the better we really will be. And I just love that it's coming out in little sporadical truths. Like that movie, they did such an amazing job with that movie. I really do love that movie. I want to watch it every day. I can't because I got a whole bunch of shit going on. But I want to. Because those are my type of movies. Like, you got to be open-minded. You got to be open-minded. Because there is really so much stuff going on in this world that it's not often discussed. But y'all know I love y'all, and I'm going to catch y'all next time, because this is definitely a topic that I plan on continuing. This is just the first video revolving around programming. But we definitely about to hop into it, because I want my people to be free in all aspects. And we will be. We just got to put in the work. But I'm going to catch y'all next time.